Somebody call a doctor because bad medicine is back. That's the answer. This is the Appleton Oak. I'm Mason Quinn. Folks, today we are getting back to Fullmetal Alchemist Brotherhood. This is episode 21. Advance of the Fool is the title. Look, in the last episode, we saw the brothers are going to work together. They came to some great realizations that they didn't do what they thought they did, as well as the same boat for the teacher. So let's see how we move forward now.
Alls I know is that I saw Winry thinking that its shoulders were a little broader. So I'm definitely
pulled out of it.
That's what I'm definitely ready, willing, able to find out. No, this show is so much fun. I cannot wait for more.
Everything we learned. Everything we've learned. Hey, look, the story is advancing in by leaps and bounds. Again, so much information in the last episode. Some people aren't. I feel like there's a weight off the shoulders of a handful of our main characters. So that's exciting. Let's see how it progresses.
All right, without further ado, let's go!
You were the one who abandoned his post.
Hey, shut up, Havoc!
Whoa, easy.
Well, good to see Havocs.
My rank, I should have my own room with a hot nurse.
I don't understand.
Jesus.
You should have yanked his spine out of his mouth!
You don't need to worry about it. Father wants me to handle him.
Oh, father wants mother.
Whose father?
Well, he's acknowledging.
He had his whole hand up, not just one finger.
Well, he should have been acknowledging.
I know I'm not the biggest fan of this version of the entrance music compared to the last one.
The entrance, the intro or entrance?
The entrance music for
He called it
all
the
our crew to come walking through the curtain.
The entrance
But
music.
it's funny how sometimes the music is just outstanding for the scenes. And then like the last scene, Answer and I were talking about it when they were getting the news to the teacher about what happened. They're playing like almost carnival music.
Yeah.
Like da, 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 da. I'm like, that doesn't really fit.
Supposed to bring mixed emotions.
Oh, I guess.
What if I've started to rot?
Brother Winry. It's pixelated.
You remember how we mixed our blood to create a blueprint for Mom's soul? It's possible our spirits might have gotten tangled up in the process. That might actually explain why I'm so shook.
Oh,
Short.
mushrooms on his
Admit
head.
it. He's starting to
Look at it.
You don't grow because you refuse to drink your milk.
It seems like Brother is always sleeping. I wonder if his body could be resting from mine as well.
Fine, stay and run.
Just try. Make me drink my milk.
I counted the number of steps it took to get to the basement under the third laboratory. It's not exact since the hallway curved.
That's Central Command.
The Fuhrer is connected to them. Damn inscrutable.
Wow, they're already figuring out Bradley's involvement.
Extreme caution is necessary at all
Okay, maybe
times.
not.
Well,
They
because they're going to go after him.
yeah. Okay, there you go. And they just don't know who else.
I hope you're ready to work yourselves ragged.
Your work requires legs, and I can't feel mine.
Oh, we need our one little girl that can do the healing.
Yeah.
I know you like to play with fire, but someone will get burnt if you push this too far.
You should have warned me earlier.
You know, I thought I'd retire because of a woman, but not like this. The retired life doesn't suit you.
Just lighting up a heater in the hospital.
Yeah.
Ah, they let me have one a day.
There's still hope for Havoc. Dr. Marco, huh? Permission granted. Get going.
Oh, okay. That's a different route we weren't thinking.
Oh, Major!
The scenery was luminous and the women desirable.
Uncomfortable laugh.
Did you find the basement?
There wasn't one. It was stupid of us to think that they wouldn't seal up the entrance.
Another show where we have to get to the basement.
Why they want to sacrifice us? We'll have to beat an answer out of them.
Oh, Jesus.
You should go back to your hotel right now.
It has been verified that Scar has returned.
Oh, boy.
He is described as an Ishvalan, with an egg-shaped scar on his forehead.
It was him.
Scar killed Winry's parents? You weren't planning on telling her, were you?
Of course not, Al. We're gonna lure out the homunculi.
What happens if the homunculi do show up? They're super strong and they pretty much can't die.
Can't die?
Why don't we lock the windows?
I'm serious about this. This could be what rescues my clan.
We did see you fighting them in the intro.
Yep.
I promise not to run off with them. I owe you that much.
Bill.
You're damn right you owe me!
Oh, he's still sitting.
You're catching an early train to rush fast. You know what? You should cancel that.
I might need you.
There's a chance my arm could get broken.
Are you planning on?
Oh, gee.
I've got your soul, brother.
You.
What was that? What? What just happened?
Oh my God, I love the show.
What? Wrench.
I got your soul, brother.
Damn. Yet another dead end.
We have everything we need. They just don't know it yet.
I've decided to go ahead with my retirement. I'm useless.
Forget about me. Pitying
Lieutenant
me.
Havoc!
Oh.
You're cut loose. I'll leave you behind so you can catch up, but I'll see you at the top.
It's not in him to abandon others.
He's not gonna make it to the top.
You think he's soft.
Mm-hmm.
He's not anything
Like
but
80s combined with this music. This country needs a fool like that, man.
Oh, that's my livelihood, you idiot!
It's a good thing I happened by.
What is this now?
Wow!
Vaz.
Why, no problem at all.
I'm loving Al in the background.
Little fans. Why was there a corkscrew in the front of the carriage?
When did you become so theatrical?
I heard about Lieutenant Havoc.
Get in. They probably took him captive. I'm sure you've heard that Scar's back.
Well, we know.
I need to fight him.
Have you lost your mind?
Ooh, sounds like you're gonna...
What is this?
Was it raining when you got beat up and sent to the hospital?
Whoa.
We're using brother as bait to lure out the homunculi.
That's crazy.
Just might work.
The MPs might get here before the homunculi.
But you can stop that from happening.
You had better plan on sharing what you catch.
Of course.
Anytime now.
We need a clear shot.
Don't shoot!
Everything's lost if those guys shoot Scar.
You haven't let me down, Fury.
This is Sector 3 Patrol. Request immediate backup.
This is pretty fun. Come in.
Come on.
He's in Sector 8 now.
What's that? The young man is a state alchemist.
Holding his nose.
Bradley gonna walk right into it. They're gonna figure it out.
I smell the falling.
It's never going to not be creepy.
Oh, shit.
Is he gonna destroy my body or my automail?
Whoa.
Ooh.
He canceled out Scar's alchemy. He's got the tattoo.
You were the one. Time to eat.
Oh.
Caught a boot to the face.
Then I'll just eat you now.
He's a homunculus.
You're able to detect his presence, are you?
Let's take care of it.
Oh, he's dual wielding.
Oh. Oh.
Wow.
Oh.
I mean, I know we just got introduced to those characters relatively new, but I wasn't expecting to lose anybody.
Well-
Now, granted, we didn't see it.
We saw a mask get shattered. We saw 0 damage to the face.
There is that, but
There is that.
well, you give it like another half a second, Bradley's going to slice and dice them.
And to be fair, we've seen the opening credits where they're having an epic fight where it's Bradley against both of them.
So, okay, so that is
So
true.
that's my saving grace.
maybe
we could easily be totally wrong and right away the next
Could be.
episode, but
Yeah.
man,
Could be wrong.
Oh, what an episode. This, you talked about it earlier that, now that the weight of their mother is kind of off their shoulders, it feels like Ed and Al can really focus on what they're trying to do. And they basically said as much in the last episode, but they're even more confident in each other. I mean, Ed's standing toe to toe with Scar, and Al, of course, is helping out. His main goal was to, put up a shield there, protect Roy and Hawkeye. But, they're able to go toe to toe with Scar, who at this point we've seen is pretty much the upper echelon of baddies, like top level. So it was cool that I would like to know more about canceling out the alchemy that they did, where the tattoo got revealed and then Ed's automail got revealed. I'd like to know a little bit more about that. Maybe they'll get into it, about the ability to cancel it out like that. But, let's see if their plan works. Basically, that's kind of, obviously what I want to see here on, the next episode. Now, who knows if they will, because the frustrating part with Havoc is that as the viewer, we know that the solution is there to help him be able to walk. The little girl, I forget her name,
Xiao Mei, I believe.
Yeah, if Xiao Mei, if we can somehow bring her into the fold, then we have the ability to help him out, as well as others who might get injured. So she's kind of out there in our orbit, I guess, but our crew doesn't fully have her. Well, it doesn't have her in the fold at all, I guess, but. So that'll be interesting to see if that is involved going forward. In the opening credits, we see her doing a little bit of battling or some alchemy in the credits. So maybe that's a little bit of a spoiler. But just another great episode. The animation that they had with Ed and Roy was just awesome. Ed almost looked like some kind of Beetlejuice type creature with that really sharp, curvy nose and the teeth, and kind of mocking him a little bit. That was wild. And Roy's character is so interesting because he'll be like a full-on Clint Eastwood, completely serious, straightforward, soldier. And then he'll break into like all this comedy where he's on the radio talking about how much fun he's having doing different voices. And I just love that there's more to the characters in here than them just being kind of one-sided, written one way, and this is how they act. I think we've seen that probably the most with Armstrong, where he's got some incredibly different range of emotions and different personalities that he kind of goes through. So yeah, another great episode, and I just can't wait to see where things pick up after this battle. If we get that epic fight scene that we kind of see in the credits on the top of the buildings, or where we go.
Yeah, I hope we do get an epic battle, because this episode was really good. And it was, I like the fact that like Al is, and they're kind of wondering, between Ed and Al, where Al is like, he doesn't sleep, he doesn't get any nutrition, but yet he noticed that Ed has been sleeping more. Should he eat more? And then obviously we break into comedy with Winry saying, you need to drink your milk. And so that way you can, get bigger and faster and stronger. But again, and this is playing into what I've been talking about earlier on, this fight with Scar, he is prepared. He's not letting his emotion get into it, and he's thinking on his feet, and it's like he's shadow boxing with him. It's like it's perfectly normal for him. He's just ducking and moving. Yeah, there was one that was real close, but then he also uses alchemy against him, which was huge, because like that is very big time, especially with him, with what he did before with crushing his arm and then doing stuff to Al as well. So
one could almost say that he's ready, willing, and able to fight.
He's
fight Scar.
Here's the thing: is he always is. It's just when he gets too emotional, he stops thinking. And the thing is, like, a lot of times as a fighter, you want it to be reactionary or whatever. But if you come in calm and cool and collected and are able to think things through, like usually every fight he's been in, it's not until he's depleted of health to a certain point that he starts to think, oh, now he's doing this and doing that, because the raw emotion is finally gone. So here, going in, knowing he had a plan to just lure out the homunculus, which is gluttony in this point, and obviously Bradley now. So that's a huge, hopefully that gets revealed to him. But I mean, we have a lot of episodes to go. So then it's like, well, now it's going to be a big time cat and mouse game about finding out about Bradley and how to capture him. And, but anyways, now that he's able to think on his toes and that he has a plan, he's he's sticking and moving with him, and he's holding his own.
It even impressed Al.
Oh yeah, and so this is Xiaomei. Obviously, I had to double check. That's the panda. So it's Mei Chang.
Mei Chang. Okay.
Mei Chang is the girl. Because I had both written down, but since it's been a few episodes,
so we don't need the panda.
We don't. Well, the panda could be beneficial.
Maybe.
We don't know yet. We didn't see if the panda has any alchemist powers, which would be amazing if it did. But yeah, once again, another great episode. I love the levity in it. It's getting you laughing right before it gets to the nice, serious, nitty gritty part of the episodes. So yeah, and just the big reveal that maybe Ed, because their souls crossed in that. So now that's why Ed maybe is sleeping longer and should actually start eating.
Bodies
more.
might be linked.
So I love this show. This show is awesome.
Yeah, you guys weren't wrong.
Yeah, the big thing for me this episode was them really exploring whether what's the state of Al's body? Is it rotting? And with
Barry.
With Barry, it was like, okay, that's my body, but it's pretty much done. And that's the big thing. We don't know the state of Al's body. We were led to believe, as you see like the animation, like it just disappeared, right? But where is the state? Very interesting that they, tied that in with maybe why Ed's a little short. Why he's a little short. That was a fun conversation. Oh, drink your milk. But hey, he is sleeping a lot. He's resting. Now, granted, their days are full of all sorts of stress. I mean, what's the interesting thing about a show like this is, we're getting, a ton of action, ton of drama, all these different emotions from day to day in this show, or at least from episode to episode. But you have to wonder, like, what does this look like in an actual, like, real world timeline? Is this, is every episode a day? Is it just go, go, go? But yeah, so look, Ed's going to need a lot of rest either way, whether he's just, dealing with what is, kind of out in front of us, or whether he's got another body he's supporting if they're still connected. So that was huge. And of course we got,
especially after all that showboating he was doing in the middle of the screen. Everybody out.
Well, there's that. Yeah. Look, and now we know that the Führer, working with gluttony and envy.
That scene threw me off for a little bit because I'm like, oh, they figured out Bradley's in it. Oh wait, no, they didn't. Oh yes, they did. Then they just don't know who else is involved.
Yeah, they know it goes all the way to the top. They just don't know who it all involves.
Yeah, and they kind of knew that when Roy was like, we can't speak outside of this circle with everybody.
Look, a lot going on. A good episode, a lot of reveals, and of course we got the big cliffhanger at the end. Both, I think it's going to be just fine. Just a shattered mask. That's all.
I think everything's going to work out.
Everything's just fine. Just go through it frame by frame. You shall see. It's just a mask. Here, actually,
the problem is that he's dual wielding. Everybody knows that's unstoppable.
Here we got it. Here we go. He is dual wielding. Very angry. Red in the eye. Yeah, that is a clean. I don't see any damage to the face there.
But he had two swords. So what if we did the old high-low? Somebody got
well,
cut.
Stop talking about that.
Good old high-low.
That was
only one way to find out.
Well, we'll find out hopefully on the next episode. But this is getting really good, and we've got 40 episodes or so yet to go. So we cannot wait.
It feels like we're
just bring them on.
It's a weird spot to be in because we're early enough where we're about third of the way in, so it feels like we're kind of new, but it's like, there's a lot more story to go.
Yeah, I mean, there's a total of 64, so we've got a good way to go.
Yeah, big shout out to all of you in the comments letting us know which episodes have post-credit scenes.
Yep.
So we got that saved somewhere on my phone here, so I know which episodes to go to for the post-credits. I believe our next one is 26 or 28, something like that. There's a post-credit, but thank you so much for that in the comments, and you guys have been great. You're all right. This show is awesome, and we've been getting pretty spoiled with our intro into anime
selections. You're giving us all the best ones, so it's
a lot more.
You don't hear any complaints from us. So for Appleton Oak, that's Mason Quinn. I'm of course the answer. We'll catch you on the next one, pals.
That's not acknowledging, guy.
I mean, just imagine the help they would have if they had our tribal chief helping the alchemists.
Just knocks out Bradley
with one Superman punch.
Ooh, Spears gluttony. Meanwhile, it was Seth Rollins all along.
Again.
He was the architect. He's father.
Yes. That could be.
A lot of ways we could intertwine these stories, is what you're
could.
saying.
There's the Hounds of Justice right there.
Yeah?
Jesus Christ, guys. These are all wrestling references, folks.
We are not apologizing for it.
I'm not saying apologizing, just people who
might not.
There are a lot of, wrestlers that are anime fans and that incorporate.
Kenny Omega is a huge anime.
Yes.
Oh, you don't say.
We did not know that.
You took a swipe at me with your kunai.
No. Oh.
Bye-bye, head.
Oh.
I see you're no stranger to
Got some
combat.
skills.
No, not at all. He was downplaying how much of a badass he was. Oh, yeah, he healed. Oh, the old double axe handle.
Polish hammer.
That.
We should have some privacy in here. First, I'd like to know who you people are.
Who is your daddy?
You're the ruler here. A ruler's duty is to his people. You're no true king.
There you go. Oh, did that with his eyes closed.
Your flash bomb didn't succeed in blinding this eye.
Oh, shit.
What an opener.
We won't be away too long.
Winry, here we are.
See your parents.
I think she's going to see Hughes.
Watching Mr. Hughes leave that day was like the last time I saw Mom and Dad.
I hear the Elrics are wreaking havoc.
No, now she's gonna get caught up with everything.
Oh, boy.
Oh, right.
Permission to fire? Not yet.
Oh, boy.
Ling hasn't fired the signal flare yet. I have to buy us some time. You're using the name of your god to justify murder when you killed Shao Tucker and Nina.
You two saw that abomination as well.
Oh.
That's the science you would spend your lives following. It would have lived out its life as a laboratory specimen.
That episode.
Yeah, right.
We knew full well what would happen to her,
We knew there was no hope.
so we did nothing.
Nothing. You're so self-righteous.
Oh, no.
Doctors named Rockbell, they kept right on helping your people.
Wait!
Oh, no.
And you killed them!
They helped save you, and you killed them. They were my mom and dad. Give me back my mom and dad, you monster!
Oh, boy.
I know the animosity you feel. You must end this cycle once and for all.
Oh, imagine going to commercial during this.
This girl is the doctor's daughter. Shooting me would be justified. Brother!
Just a minute more, I'm almost there. My right arm deconstructs, my left arm reconstructs. The alchemy of this land is quite unusual.
That's a scar.
Your brother is the only one who can stand against the state alchemists.
Kill them before they can kill us.
Pay them back in blood.
Whoa.
Do you see this, brother? You don't even see the evil you're creating!
Oh, just marching them all right in.
Right.
Well, Scar's only got tattoos on one arm, though, right?
That we've seen.
That we've seen, yeah.
So this is your alchemy, brother?
Oh, ripping these guys apart.
This science causes nothing but destruction and slaughter. Oh, no!
Man, the music here is really good.
Are you all right?
Yes, we're both okay.
I want you to hold on to this. I don't want my research to have been for nothing.
Whoa.
Oh.
He's a state alchemist! Stay with me.
Oh, look.
Don't
There's
you
a scar
die.
on his face.
Yep. Oh.
Did he?
He gives him his arm.
Damn. Die. I won't let you. I have to keep fighting. We didn't treat you just to let you die.
Man, all this
Is it he-
backstory.
Is it he woke up and he
Why did you protect me?
gets the arm and he can't control it yet when he wakes up in the hospital?
Don't move! over, you'll open up your wounds.
He just sees the eyes.
You will pay.
Oh. Does he take out the whole hospital?
Oh.
Wow. Well, that explains Scar.
The moment you pull the trigger, you will be my enemy until one of us dies, boy. This chain of hatred will continue. Don't ever forget it was the Amestrians who first pulled the trigger during the Civil War.
Oh, he did the same thing as his brother.
Both of you will get killed!
He's off that trigger.
You said he's the one who killed my mom and dad.
They weren't meant to kill. That's why.
Oh.
Whew. Well, there's the...
What a heavy episode.
Yeah, for me, that's probably the second heaviest episode we had. Obviously, the Chimera episode for me still being the heaviest one, but an absolute ton of backstory in this one with Scar, everything that happened, everything from his point of view, how he became who he is. And I think, we expected we would eventually get this episode, but that's the great thing about the show is you never know when certain things are coming. Like they could have just as easily had this episode be the battle, with Bradley on that bridge, that type thing there in the city, but instead they decided to go with basically the entire episode explaining Scar and who he is and how he became to be and what's driving him, which I'm totally fine with. This, and that's the great thing about the show is you never know how exactly it's going to work out or how they're going to circle back to certain things, because they'll drop you with a cliffhanger and you're so excited for that. And they're like, well, just hang on now. Let's go explore this over here. And then you find yourself every bit as into that. And I just loved at the end what Ed told Winry, that like, look, your hands were made to heal, not to kill. So again, that's pretty much what we've seen out of Winry in these 22 episodes now. Is her place and what she's meant to do, and everything Scar said about the cycle not ending and it going back and forth, and those who are responsible, and it speaks a lot to the way a lot of people can get themselves wrapped up, and we've seen it in a number of movies with revenge, how it can drive people to to do things they wouldn't otherwise do, or when they do get the revenge and they do think they accomplish this goal, then they're just left with this empty feeling because they have nothing else, because all they've done is go for revenge, and that's all that's been in their life. So when that's done, then there's nothing else. But yeah, just an awesome episode. Some of the, like I said, probably my second, what would the word be? Not deepest, but second most emotional or impactful episode, I think, because, we've seen bits and pieces about the Civil War and how things happened, but we didn't completely see it from Scar's point of view, and then what he did inside Winry's parents' hospital. I mean, there was a lot of folks in there, and I got the opinion that Scar just went crazy and took out everybody. We saw, an older woman, a child, and then of course, Winry's parents themselves, among others. So the characters in here are very complex. Nobody, and I said it before in a previous episode, nobody's just one dimensional. They've all got multiple, almost personalities or layers, complexities, however you want to describe the characters. So I'm glad we have 40 some episodes to go, because there's a lot of work with these characters that can be fleshed out and what kind of arcs they all take. But yeah, just an awesome episode. The fight scene with Ed and Al and Scar was cool, but then we kind of took things down and we got all the backstory. So fantastic.
Yeah, they do a great job with that, where, we had the big fight scene between Lan Fan, and Ling and Bradley and Gluttony at the beginning, and then it cuts off, and it leaves you wanting more of that, obviously, but then it tells this real important story about Scar, about, he's just someone that was, fighting for his village, and that goes back to, there's other movies where like, hey, if we were on the same side, do you think we'd be friends? Instead we're just enemies because of this. And I love the fact that the reason why he went berserk too is he saw the blue in their eyes versus the red that they all had. and his brother was, doing alchemy, and like he even was, telling Scar, like, dude, you flee, you're trained, you can get them out of here. This is my path. And when he found him and saw that, he was missing an arm, he sacrificed himself for his brother, much like, Ed and Al, they would sacrifice anything for each other. And then, obviously Ed then was willing to sacrifice himself for Winry. And just the fact that, it stopped him, Scar, dead in his tracks, because he just saw what he would have done, what his older brother did for him, is step in the way and stop the damage from happening to him, and then sacrificing himself for it. And then you just see the brutal level of destruction that happened to, their country. And so you can see why Scar has, is this way, and why he wants to take out all the alchemists, because thanks to Wikipedia, it was a crimson alchemist that took it out. So then, it just makes you not like any alchemist. And it was really interesting too, where they're all like, yeah, let's have your brother use state alchemy against him. Like he's like they're all championing it, and him and Scar himself is like, what is wrong with you? You want to side with this evil? So like even then he like has morals, and so that's where now too, like if he's like, if you take me out, I understand, but it's not going to stop the vicious cycle. And then once again the dialogue between Ed then and Winfrey at the end, where he's like, you helped a woman give birth in Rush Valley and saved her and her baby. You gave me an arm and a leg so that I could stand again. Your hands aren't meant for taking out people. They're meant to help them live. And that is so appropriate. And she's like, I couldn't take the shot. And Ed's like, I know. That's not you. You are not that person. You're the one that'll help, not take out, much like her parents. Her parents were there to help anybody and everybody that needed help. And that's what Winry is too. And yeah, the show they do a great job of giving you a battle, and then a battle between, Scar and Ed and Al, but then giving us a deep emotional backstory on Scar. This show just does it every episode, and it's amazing every time.
Yeah, I mean, look, as far as I agree with Mason Quinn, as far as heavy episodes, this one was one of the top. It was interesting, the kind of the backstory and the depth of what we've gotten on Scar, because at first it was just this guy like out to do damage, and you found out he was part of a civil war, and we found out he took out Winry's parents even when they're trying to help him, and it's easy to really pass judgment on him, like for being kind of the quintessential bad guy. And now you learn that he's had so much of his own past trauma of having his big brother sacrifice himself, so that he could keep going, and that his town and everything was taken out, and he's very angry about who started the Civil War. And we find out at the time he took out Winry's parents was right as soon as he comes to and realizes that he lost his brother. And it's what, he figures was, instead of saving his brother, they saved him. I mean, what a crazy thing to look down and see your brother's arm, and knowing like that's what the doctors did. And granted, we don't know that. I mean, they made it look like, his brother was probably using alchemy to transfer the arm.
What it looked like, yeah.
But yeah, so that was crazy, and then that line at the end talking about Winry, your hands were meant to save people. It's kind of like, wow, that's like what her parents were doing also, and they gave their life for that. And we know the parents could have bailed. We know that they could have gotten out, but they stayed to help people. And so, I mean, it was a very, very deep episode. When you get that backstory for somebody who's supposed to be a bad guy, and you find out like, wow, he's dealt with so much. And there was that empathy there from Al and from Ed, and then from Winry. She just couldn't do it. I think, deep down she understood what was happening there. So yeah, this was another great episode. Of course, we had our battle with the Führer, and we got reassurance that Gluttony and the homunculi, like, you got to do a lot to take them out. I mean, he literally got the top of his head sliced clean off in his hands, and just came right back.
Matter of minutes.
So yeah, it was just, I mean, even that, less than a minute, and all of a sudden, hey, my head grew back and I'm good to go. So the homunculi are going to be an incredible challenge to take out. Right now it just seems like we're focusing on wrath and gluttony in particular in this episode, but look, getting rid of lust does not mean that this is going to be any sort of easy road with the homunculi and the Führer, and so they gave us that in the battle here. But yeah, a great episode, a lot of action, a lot of depth to the story, and adding yet even more layers to an already very deep tale.
I like how they showed Hughes again in the flashbacks, because they're not letting us forget that. I think so often in a show you have characters that are taken out and then the story progresses, and yeah, they might get brought up now and again, but for the most part, the characters who are left have to move on and accomplish new goals and take out new villains, but they're really not letting us forget about Hughes, and they keep showing him in the flashbacks and how much Winry, cared for the family.
And nor should they, because Bradley, or not Bradley, I'm sorry, but Hughes was the one at the beginning that was really finding a lot of stuff out and paid the ultimate price for it. And it was funny because, when we first got introduced to him, he was like this goofball or whatever. But then he saw him as a family man. He saw how good at his job he was and how caring he was. And then you immediately, we really like this guy, and take it out. So he got taken out. So then that's why right away we want the best for the Alchemist to try and take out who took him out.
Yeah, well, and just a reminder too, I know we talked about this a handful of episodes ago, that Envy's still there and can shapeshift into anybody. So we're still not safe with.
Yeah, when Armstrong came walking in the last episode and they asked him about whatever, and he had the sweat, but it was thinking about something else. I was like, oh no, is that freaking Envy now? Just because they showed Envy earlier in the episode, I was like, great, they shift now to Armstrong walking through everything.
Yeah, but at least he had the memory of being, they were like,
so
hey,
at least they showed us that
ship sort of thing. But yeah, I mean, that's just another thing you have to worry about in the background that they can bring to the forefront whenever they want. Like, oh, that's not really Roy Mustang, it's Envy, and you've all gotten tricked. So yeah, just so much stuff to worry about.
Oh, and the big reveal too, that Bradley, why he wears the eye patch is not because of injury, but that's where his
oculus
that's where it is.
That's where that is. Yep.
So it's his eye, gluttony, it's his tongue. I don't know if we saw where Envy's is yet. So and we don't know where Father's is. Look, this is a great show. We are loving it so much. God, you're right again. So for Appleton Oak, that's Mason Quinn. I'm of course Answer. We'll catch you on the next one, pals.